Hi guys, I'm back with another Friday 5 video, and in the Thanksgiving spirit, I was thinking about 5 products I'm thankful for. In some way or another, these products are either staples in my routine, or they're just something that have become permanent to my routine since I've purchased them, and they're definitely items I will repurchase when I run out. The first item is a primer. Now I've used several different primers. I've used different kinds of primers, whether they were pore filling or hydrating. None of them really did much for me that I felt was worth continuing to use. So when I saw Casey Holmes using the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer, I was like, how great could it be? Completely changed everything. I have probably only had this for a month, and this is the only primer that I want to use from now on. It claims to have Shine Block 12-hour matte spheres and pore shrink technology, and I do have dry skin, but I do overheat, and when I get warm, my makeup kind of like melts and tries to separate and break down throughout the day, and I wanted something that made my foundation last longer, because if your foundation lasts a long time, then everything sitting on top of it lasts longer too. And ever since I've been using this, my foundation lasts so much longer. I can see the foundation, the blush, the bronzer, everything in place many hours later. It is just a creamy wet feeling primer. It is not one of those that has a silicone matte or blurring effect, but I kind of like it. It just feels like a wet moisturizer, but it kind of creates like a tacky base for the foundation to hold on to. It works like a charm. My new favorite primer. The next item is another one that helps make my makeup last longer, that completely changed the makeup game for me. The Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I had wanted this for a long time after seeing it used so much on YouTube, but I was reluctant because of the price tag. But then I thought realistically, setting powder is something that lasts a really long time for me, so this would be a good investment, and I was definitely right. I've had this jar for about a year, and I don't really see much missing here. It is the only setting powder that I've ever used where there is no flashback, there's no cakiness, it does not look like I have overly powdered skin. I have dry skin, so powders were definitely something that I had struggled with, and this just has zero negative effects. All positive. Sets my concealer like a dream, nothing creases. I love this powder. I really can't do my makeup without it now. This was another product that I had wanted for a long time, but was once again reluctant because of the price tag, and I'm so glad I purchased it and will be continuing to purchase the MAC Fix Plus. The combination of these two items is so good for my dry skin to set things in place without drying my skin out. This spray just melts everything to look like skin. I don't feel like I have a lot of product on, and it doesn't look cakey. It's heaven in a bottle. The mister, I've never used a fine mist like this in my life. I have went through so many drugstore setting sprays trying to find the right one, and they just spit at you. They really do. This one is the most beautiful, finely dispersed mist I've ever used. Next is an eyebrow pencil, the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This one is retractable with a spoolie on one end. For a long time, I could not find a drugstore pencil in the shade Taupe. My brows are taupe, but the drugstore seems to think that taupe means like orange brown, and that's not true. Taupe is a very ashy light brown, and this is right on the dot. I thought I was going to have to cave in and buy the much more expensive Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, but I feel like this is just a great dupe for, I think, less than half the price. Use it every day, can't go without it. I did have a pencil that I liked a lot before I ever discovered this, and when I ran out of this, I had to use that one for a little while, but I really missed the very fine point tip while I didn't have one for about a week. It was torture. Last but not least is my TheBalm Mary Luminizer highlight. This is still the only highlighter I have. I see some other highlighters and I'm like, wow, that looks pretty, but I really have no interest in branching out because this one is just perfect. And I mean, I've had it for way longer than you're supposed to have makeup products. But, I mean, there's clearly a dent there, but not noticeable. Like, I'm nowhere near hitting pan. So I don't need 5 highlighters if one is going to get me through several years. I don't like the really blinding highlight. I know some people are all for it. but I can definitely build this up to a blinding highlight if I want to, or I can keep it nice and subtle and get the glow that I want. It's the perfect color. It doesn't have the chunky glitter. Absolutely love it. I think anyone with the fair to light skin tone, maybe even the lighter spectrum of medium skin tone, can get away with using this highlight and it being a great color match. I do have an honorable mention, only because I am thankful for it. It has been a lifesaver, but I've only had it for 24 hours, so I can't speak too highly of it. But it is the Blistex Conditioning Lip Serum. This little guy right here. It's an actual serum. It's a pump. I thought it would be a chapstick, and I thought, wow, that's a really big chapstick. No, it's a pump. But I know in just about every video I've made, I've mentioned like how dry and tortured my lips are. From medical conditions to medications that I'm on, my lips just, chapstick just doesn't cut it. Lip balm just doesn't do enough. And in 24 hours, this has made the biggest difference in my lips than anything I have ever used in my life. And it was only like $3. So I know that it being the winter months, a lot of other people are going to deal with dry lip issues as well. Highly recommend this little guy. This gold halo eye should be up on my channel Wednesday, so subscribe so you don't miss that, or the next Friday 5, or any video after that. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.